they change the beat in the middle of the song?
We don't want to imagine that.
Isn't that the last game of the year?
Oh yeah, last game of the year. You watch it. I gotta call it that.
On to inning number 5 here, and the Diamonds got hits, but they did not get runs, so their situation remains the same, and that is a 4-0 Vallejo lead as we go to the 5th inning. Tillman Pugh steps in here. He's got a single and a strikeout. He'll be followed by Mike Blank, and then Sean Payne as the Admirals cruising through this game. He takes a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, a score from San Rafael, 2-1 in favor of the Stompers as they move to the 3rd. Well, the Stompers continue to roll along. 8-3 winners last night.
Tony, does it say how bad the situation is when you say, 2-1? Then that's a good thing.
It is. Isn't it, though?
Oh, they still have a
chance.
Yeah, that is just sad.
It is.
That is sad. Okay. Enough about the Stompers. We banned them. We banned them from the broadcast. You know who? Ron Perkins. We're hoping to have Ron Perkins on the air tonight, and hopefully we can collect him, the Diamonds pitching coach. Here's the pitch. It bounces up to Heiberger and past him. Nobody's on base, so the count just goes to 1-2. So Tillman Pugh up here now with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. And we want to talk to Ron about the pitching, but also a few things he's been going through. That pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3, and Tillman Pugh will sit down.
4th strikeout of the ball game here for Tyler Steyerwalt. He looks like he's begun to right the ship, kind of hold down the Admirals and give the offense a chance to come back.
Mike Blank steps in. There's 1 out now. Yeah, he went 1-2-3 last inning, and he gave up a leadoff double in that 3rd inning. That run scored, but but then since then he's really been in control. This pitch is fouled back, and it is 0-1.
And that 4th run really should have been cut down on that fielder's choice by Gomez. And then he got Garcia. 1-2-3 in the 4th, and now he gets Tillman Pugh to strike out here to start the 5th. So Tyler Steyerwalt on a bit of a roll right now.
He's got 5 strikeouts on the night, but he's given up 4 runs, and the pitch is high for ball, and it's going to be 1-1. One count. Nobody on. That ball hits the plate, bounces up to Heiberger. 2 balls and 1 strike. Little thump when it hits the home plate. The pitch from Steyerwalt is right down the pipe. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two count. Mike Blank in here. He singled in that 1st inning and then struck out in the 2nd. He's up here in the 5th, and the pitch to him is swung on and hit hard to the right side, right by Galletti, into right field for a base hit. Galletti with a diving attempt there to try to pick that one off, but he couldn't quite get it, and it went on into right field where it was collared by Calderon, and so now there's a runner at first with 1 out.
And that ball was absolutely scorched. Vinny doing everything he can to get off the line at first base to try to make that play, but no chance to get that. Mike Blank's 2nd base hit of the ball game.
So runner at first. Blank got to 2nd in that 1st inning and was stranded there. Now Sean Payne will step in, and he has a walk and a double to his credit so far, and that pitch is outside. Heiberger not able to quite catch it, but he keeps it right there, and it's not going to be any new base for Payne, so that's 1 ball and no strikes. 1 out here.
Well, Mike not taking a very big lead over there, creasing it just a little bit.
Bound ball to the left side. That's into the hole, but over comes Garcia to make the play. To second for one, and on to first, not in time. As Payne able to get down there. Garcia had to go to his right to get that ball, and it took a while to get there. He got it. If it hadn't taken a while, he may not have gotten it, but he picked it off. Got the throw to second to Valdez, but that was all they could do. As the throw to first was a nice throw, but Payne was able to beat it out. And so he'll be on at first base with 2 down. And that was 6-4 on the out. The Diamonds now have faced 1 out, and up to the plate comes Chris Fernacci.
Yeah, not only did Jose have to go to his right, but that ball was just not hit very hard.
Right.
So that whole play kind of took a long time, but boy, you got Blank at second base by plenty.
You can ask Fernacci about hard-hit balls because he's caught one at third base tonight.
Yeah.
That off of the bat of Garcia that was just line drive.
And again, Jose Garcia continues to occasionally show us that he's a powerful guy.
Yeah.
And he can really barrel up the ball sometimes.
Well, I think Garcia is just one muscle from his feet to his head. He is just one big muscle. There's a pitch. Heiberger takes it. The runner goes. The throw down is not in time. And Payne able to slide under the tag into second base. So he'll be on at second now with 2 down.
That's a big run down there at second base. The Diamonds already down 4-0. And the way Malik Jones is pitching, I'm just figuring this is going to be one of the games for the Diamonds that runs will be at a premium. So they can ill afford to give up run number 5 now.
Steyerwalt looks back at second. Comes to the plate. Fernacci takes ball 1 as Heiberger got out of his little crouch and saved that from going to the backstop as he was very wide. Now with a right-hand batter up here. Does Payne have eyes on third base? 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning.
You better make it.
Payne with his lead. There's a pitch, and it is a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
But we've talked about that before, where at this level, with there is a few more miscues here and there, where it's a lot more valuable to be at third base with 2 outs in this league than it is to say in the major leagues.
There's a pass
much
ball
more
or
chance,
a wild pitch.
yeah, much more chance of scoring in those situations. But still, if you're stealing third base with 2 outs, you better make it.
You better make it. Payne gets his lead there, right in front of Garcia. Here's the pitch. There he goes. Throw it down to third. Wagner with the tag, and he's out. Just as Tony called it, you better make it. Well, he did not make it. Chris Fernacci will have an opportunity to lead off the 6th, but they're done here in the 5th. And the score is Vallejo 4 and the Diamonds nothing.
You don't have it tonight.
I couldn't really tell.
Sorry.
That was close. That was very, very close.
You did have a good viewpoint.
Cody, get those other guys out there. I'll see if I can get it. Get the other guys out there with you. Now. Well, he's looking for it right now. If you get the other guys out there, it might work.
What's that? Oh, God. I don't even want to hear it. I just want to, every time I go to a wedding, which is once every 3rd year, I'll hear it. I get it. No!
Where are you,
Time to stick my head in the toilet?
Someone trashed the restroom.
Somebody did last night. You see what happened?
I think the bathroom I think it was back on some kind. That's all.
Water was in it. It didn't look like it was bad water, totally, but that could have been a lot worse. Oh, that kid's a ham. What? Come on, we got a couple more minutes with
J.Q. Calderon steps up here. The Diamonds in the bottom of the 5th inning.
One more time for
down
that.
4-0. They have 2 hits. The Admirals have 7 hits, and they've got 4 runs. Malik Jones on the mound, showing that he has got what it takes through 4. And Calderon has what it takes in the 5th. He rips this one to the left side, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Calderon on around first base. He's into second, and here comes the throw into the infield. He's on his way to third. No, he's in between, and now he could be caught at second base, and he is out. I don't know what got him excited about going to third base. It didn't look like that was something that was in the works for a long time, and boy, that's the way the Diamonds' night has gone. Calderon with a double. He whacked that one all the way to the wall, and he then round second and kept going to third for some reason, and then was stuck halfway and then thrown out.
Talk about getting caught in no man's land. He takes that big turn at third. He was really scooting around, but he recognized too late that he was not going to make it to third, and then couldn't make it back to second either.
Bautista up here, and he takes a ball. It's 1-0, and boy, does that just change the fifth inning in a dramatic way. The pitch, all in one play. That pitch a strike, and it's 1-1. Holy cow! All right, well, nobody on.
That was a lot of action for 1 out.
The pitch to Bautista swung on and missed, and so it's 1-2 to the Diamonds' left fielder tonight. Bautista has enjoyed all different perspectives of the baseball game, from the positions he's played, from third base to right field, and now tonight in left field with Marty Carrena getting a night off. Malik Jones to the plate, and that bounces up there, and it's now 2-2.
Malik Jones has pitched well. This one didn't start out great for him with that double, ringing double by Calderon, but base running mistake, and he gets thrown out. A couple of base hits in the 4th inning. They had runners at second and third, a chance to get on the board, but he was able to induce Wallace into that 5-4 ground out.
This pitch from Jones is outside for a ball, and now a full count to Bautista up here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bautista grounded out to short the first time up. This pitch to Jones, and he whacks this one to left field, and that's going to be a base hit. One bounce to the left fielder, Clark, and he throws it back into the infield, and Bautista will stay at first.
Another hit against his former team, and seeing that average started out quite slow with the Diamonds, but he's been picking it up lately.
They don't have
had a pretty
anything
good
to show
series
for it
against
right now,
Sonoma
but,
as well. But now it's kind of that situation where the Diamonds wish Calderon had just stayed at second base.
I was going to say, they don't have anything to show for it, but they got 2 hits, and they've been hitting the ball hard in this inning twice. Now Wagner up here, runner at first. This pitch outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Bautista with his lead. At first base, 1 out. Jones to the plate. Swung on, whacked foul. 1-1.
You know, Wagner, Heiberger waiting on deck. Nice to see the Diamonds get something going here and turn it over to the top of the order. See if they can string together a few hits and get on the board.
Wagner struck out his first time. Debbie Garcia has got some kind of gear issue, and he is fixing that, so he's ready to go now.
But, so far, so good for Malik Jones in his starting debut here for the Admirals in 2017, and looking good out there on the mound for Vallejo.
This pitch to Wagner, and he hits this one to right center. It's deep, but over comes the right fielder. Now the center fielder, Pugh, says he's got it, and he does, and it's out number 2.
Well, that sounded good off the bat. Turned out to be a pretty routine play, and just didn't carry nearly as much as I thought with that sound. I thought that was going to go to the warning track at least, but not quite.
Chad Heiberger is stepping in here with a runner at first and 1 out. The Diamonds last inning had runners at first and third, could not score. This time, this ball gets away. There goes Bautista to second, so he'll be in scoring position.
Well, there's a nice break for the Diamonds there. They get a free 90 feet. Now a runner in scoring position. See if Heiberger can deliver here and get the Diamonds on the scoreboard and then turn it back over to Garcia.
That play brings Debbie Garcia, the catcher, out to talk to Jones. whatever it was. Perhaps they were crossed up on what pitch was going to be thrown, etc. The ball got away from Garcia, so with an 0-1 count after Heiberger swung and missed on the pitch, Bautista is on at second base with 2 down. Jones looks back at second. Nobody doing anything to keep Bautista close. This pitch to Heiberger is a strike on the outside, and so it's going to be 0-2 now to the Diamonds catcher. Heiberger struck out in the 3rd inning. Jones has been a tough cookie. A tough fortune cookie to crack.
Well, I've never heard that one before.
0-2. It's some kind of mixed metaphor there. That's a 1-2.
My wife does that all the time, and I never know what she's talking about. But I nod in agreement anyway.
Which is why we're such good partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just go along with it.
No. Here's the pitch. Heiberger holds his swing up. 3, and that's going to be 3 balls and 2 strikes. Not a swing, not a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes Bautista. He's standing at third. Heiberger's got a full count. Diamonds looking for their first run of the ball game, down 4-0 here, bottom of the 5th inning. Jones with the 3-2 pitch. It's outside, ball 4, and Heiberger's on.
So the Diamonds getting some action going in these last couple innings. Couple of hits, a walk in this inning, couple of base hits in the last inning. Ball's getting hit hard. But when are they going to start plating some runs here, Scott?
Yeah, a slow walk out to the mound now by Demetrius Banks, the pitching coach for your Admirals. He is going to have a conversation with Malik Jones. I don't know what he can be saying to him. Jones has shown evidence of not having the same stuff he had. He got a little pep talk from Banks and ready to head back. Everyone's giving him a pep talk. He's kind of like, let me throw the ball. You know how youngsters are. Let me get back at it.
All right, now batting. Top of the order. Number 1, Jose Garcia.
Jose Garcia robbed of an extra base hit last time by Chris Fernacci, who made a great play on his line drive. That was back in the so now, runners at first and second. The pitch to Garcia swung and fouled at the plate, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, good pitch to start him off with that breaking ball fading away from him. Probably would have been outside, but it looked good initially. Jose couldn't lay off.
Bautista on at second base. You can see him in the background there. That's his big lead. He got a single. Heiberger on at first after a walk. 2 down. Garcia up here in the bottom of the 5th. It's 4-0 in favor of Vallejo. The pitch to Garcia is a strike, and it's 0-2.
Good fastball right there, following up the breaking ball. Jose kind of looking on the outside part of the plate, thinking he might get that same pitch that he got in the first pitch in the at-bat. Instead, he gets the fastball, and he's in the hole now, 0-2.
Diamonds now with 4 hits. They went the first 3 innings without a hit, so they're catching up in that department, but that's not runs. Here's the pitch to Garcia. That's a line drive, single down the left field line, and it's going to be picked up by Clark in the corner. Bautista comes in to score. Garcia on his way to second with a double, and Heiberger is on at third, and the Diamonds get their first run of the night. It's 4-1.
Beautifully done, and that 2-strike count. Now for Malik Jones, and the problem there is that was just too good a pitch on 0-2. And Jose able to turn on it and rifle that one down the line, driving in a run. And now the Diamonds 1 base hit away from making this a 1-run ball game.
And that's where you can get that impatience of youth. I have no idea if this is what it was, but you have to have the patience to say, okay, I'm ahead in the count. Let me throw a couple one or two bad pitches and see if I can get them to swing at those instead of going after them at 0-2. Because you may open the door to something bad, and in their perspective, that is what happened, something bad. RBI stubble by Garcia. Here's a pitch to Valdez, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Tim Holmes throwing in the Admirals bullpen now, as Malik Jones has shown signs of cracking here. The Diamonds hit the ball hard. Those two did not result in anything, but now Garcia with the line drive single. That pitch is swung and a missed, and Valdez is down 0-2 in the count.
Now after he goes down 2 strikes, the third baseman Fernacci backs up a bit, not fearing the bunt anymore.
Heiberger at third, Garcia at second. The pitch to Valdez gets him scooting out of the way, and it's 1-2.
Or Valdez was in a hurry to get out of the way, but I don't think the pitch missed by all that much.
He jackknifed out of the way, and
I think that was a little closer than he thought it was going to be, but clearly off the plate inside.
steps back in. The other half of the Dominican double play duo. There's a pitch and swung on, lifted to the left side. Over comes the third baseman, Fernacci. Does he have a play? He's at the fence. He watches it bounce on the other side of the fence.
And I believe Tim Holmes, the right-hander, is getting loose in the Vallejo bullpen. There's number 43 down there. That is Tim Holmes.
Yep.
Out of Jacksonville, Florida. He's another one of those guys that have been good bullpen pitchers for this Admiral team. And you got to say that even though Malik is running into some problems here, the way he has pitched, and concerning the problems they've had with the starting rotation, he's going to get a couple of more starts.
Yeah, he has done quite a job tonight. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Valdez, who's trying to change that right now. There's a pitch from the ground to the right side. The first baseman makes a play, gets to the bag in time to beat Valdez. That was Blank at first base making that play. The Diamonds could not get the 2 runners home from second and third, so we go to the 6th inning, and the score, it's 4-1 Vallejo. Go Cubs.
They're playing better, right?
What?
They're playing better, right?
The Diamonds? Cubs.
They were like,
I had time for the Diamonds and the Giants. And USC football. First game yesterday. I saw the first story in the Chronicle yesterday about football. SC. It's going to be a big year. Going to
are they
Atlanta.
off probation?
Oh, they've been off a couple years now. They finished number 4 in the country last year.
They were in what bowl game were they playing? They were in the Rose Bowl last year?
They beat very exciting game against Penn
I used
State.
to watch the Rose Bowl. Yeah, that's right. That quarterback is awesome. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's a sophomore. Sam Darnold.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. Is that what I thought? Oh, not bad. You know, they're your logos when they're small like that. They look very much alike. That's bad. But it's not over yet.
Yes, it is.
It was 2-1. It was 2-1 last year.
Yeah, we have. And we've seen their ability to come up with hits when they really need them, too.
We have been now informed that the Sonoma Stompers are leading those San Rafael Pacifics 4-1, about halfway through that ball game. We are here going to the top of the 6th inning here. Tyler Steyerwalt back out for his 6th inning of work. This game moving along at a rapid pace, but not with the result that the Diamonds are enjoying so far. They did get a run in the 5th inning, and it's 4-1. Mr. Fernacci was here when Sean Payne was thrown out, trying to steal third, so he's going to step back in and start with a 0-0 count. He lifts this one foul, and it's 0-1.
Well, at least the Diamonds able to scratch out a run. Valdez hit that ball really hard.
Yep.
A nice play over there by Blank to get him 3 unassisted. Or the Diamonds would have played it a couple more.
0-1 count to Fernacci. He is 0 for 2 tonight. He popped up and then grounded out. There's Vladimir Gomez in the background with the on-deck circle, and Fernacci gets out of the way of that one as it went right by his helmet, and it's 1-1.
You'd have to wonder with Gwynn, Galletti, and Wallace coming up in the next inning whether or not they would stay with Malik Jones or they wouldn't go to Tim Holmes out of the bullpen, figuring that maybe you've gotten all you can get out of Malik tonight.
That pitch is low for a ball, and it's 2-1. You know, that comes into that whole mental game, and that is an individual thing based upon what the personality of the pitcher is, et cetera. But how does he feel, and where does he feel he is? Do you take him out? Does that kind of blow his confidence? Do you need to send him back so he feels confident? And if you send him back, does that cost you the ball game? Lots of things for a manager to consider. Fernacci pops this one up, and Heiberger may have a play. He thinks he does. He looks at it, and he makes a catch. That is a tough play, but there's a hangover part of the fence that is over the backstop. Very hard to tell whether you're going to get that ball or not, but Heiberger made the catch. And he's getting something from the umpire. I don't know what he's getting. I don't know. That was interesting that the umpire would have so much to say about that. All right, we got one out here, nobody on. Fernacci with the pop out to Heiberger in foul ground. And that brings up Vladimir Gomez, who we saw earlier in the on-deck circle. We didn't get to see his entire ritual this time. Here's a pitch from Steyerwalt. Ooh, right at the head again, man. 1-0. I just don't like to see that.
Starting off the first two hitters in this inning with brushback pitches. Not that he's doing it intentionally, but sometimes the pitchers demand that they get that outside part of the plate.
Here's a pitch to Gomez. Swing and a miss. Strike. 1-1.
Don Drysdale was notorious for that in the old days, where if he thought that you were leaning out there too far, taking away the outside part of the plate from him, he'd let you know in a hurry.
I don't know if I've mentioned this before or not, but after this pitch I will. Steyerwalt with a swing and a miss, and he's throwing that ball hard this inning too. 1-2 count. I heard Vin Scully talk once about Don Drysdale facing Hank Aaron. He said Hank Aaron would come up to the plate. Don Drysdale would throw the first pitch. Hank Aaron would hit the dirt. Here's Steyerwalt to the plate again. This one bounces up there, and it's 2-2. Second pitch, Don Drysdale throws the pitch. Hank Aaron hits the dirt. Third pitch, Drysdale throws the pitch. Hank Aaron hits home run.
That must have been a great matchup to watch.
2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch from Steyerwalt is swung on and missed. Strike 3. So now there are 2 down, and up to the plate will come Debbie Garcia, who has had solved his gear problems in the last inning, and now walks up here with most of his gear off, but he's added a shin guard on his left leg. You can see right there if you're joining us on BayAreaSports.tv.
6 strikeouts now for Steyerwalt.
Steyerwalt has kept him quiet. This one to Garcia is lifted to the right side. In comes Calderon. He looks like he's got a beat on it, and he makes the catch. So quiet inning for the Admirals, as they have been recently. And so 3 up, 3 down. We're going to the bottom of the 6th, and it's 4-1 Vallejo. Uh-oh.
That's the only reason I'm asking. Yeah, I've got the message so you can't do it. He said you can do pregame interview.
Okay, well that's fine. That's easy. The only reason I brought that up is because we kept talking about coming into the game.
The thing was that he wasn't in the game in uniform.
I asked him today. I said, "How you think?"
He didn't realize.
I just want to make it clear I'm not expecting them to come.
When I went down there and I realized, wait a minute, he's in uniform. I didn't know. And so I thought it wasn't a good idea either.
All right.
While he was in uniform.
I totally agree. I just the only reason I haven't asked is that I was told by him.
Yeah, he made a
Okay.
He should have realized that, but he's new.
Tim Holmes is coming here to pitch for the Admirals as we start this bottom of the 6th inning. It looks like the take him out argument won. But we talked about what the manager had to decide.
Well, I like the call just because he's only pitched 12 1/3 innings this year coming into tonight, his first start. I don't know if you really want to stretch him out that much, but now, of course, if Tim Holmes gets blown up, you say, you should have kept him out there for a couple more innings.
That's true, but it has not been relief pitching that's been the Admirals' problem.
It hasn't.
It's been starting pitching, and so this is a dangerous moment here for the rest of the league. If the Admirals start getting starting pitching, they might be a problem. Here comes Holmes to B.J. Gwynn to lead off the 6th inning, and that's a strike. It's 0-1. Diamonds down 4-1, but they have held the line for the last 3 innings, giving themselves a chance to climb back in this one, and they have not quite yet done that. They've just broken the complete goose egg on the scoreboard. This pitch to Gwynn is fouled away, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
But Tim Holmes has not had a particularly good year. The ERA at 5.16, gotten into 16 games, just 22 2/3 innings pitched, has 26 strikeouts. That's nice. But 24 bases on balls and 10 hits, and that ERA pretty high.
The 0-2 pitch is a ball, and it's one ball. It's strike 3 called. That was a long wait for that strike call, and it came, and it was not to the delight of B.J. Gwynn, who sits down now. And he will be followed by Vinny Galletti. Wes Wallace after Galletti as the Diamonds send the big bats up here in the 6th inning. 5 hits for Pittsburgh, 1 run. 7 hits for Vallejo, 4 runs. The pitch to Galletti hits the dirt and scoots by everybody. It's 1-0.
And so Tim Holmes, a nice start here, but you look at last year's numbers, 2016, he only pitched 14 1/3 innings, but his ERA was just 1.25. So even though he hasn't pitched a ton of innings, he could still put together a pretty good year. The ERA very high right now.
Fouled back by Galletti. It's 1-1.
So even with a pretty good bullpen the Admirals have, but with Holmes in there right now, the Diamonds would be well suited to get a couple of runs off the guy who's been struggling before you get to the guys who haven't been struggling.
1-1 count on Vinny Galletti, and the pitch to Galletti is ball 2. 2-1.
That was a great-looking breaking ball right there. That had so much snap going straight down, but Vinny able to recognize that that was going to be below the knees.
Now Holmes goes to the dirt to put his hand in the dirt.
Now, did you recognize that, or did you just say, I just can't hit this? There's too much movement.
2-1 count, the 2-1 pitch. Big curve comes into the strike zone, 2-2.
Curveball, the last couple have looked really, really good. A lot of snap on those. You'd have to figure he's going to see another one, and maybe one not in the strike zone here with a pitch to give.
Even count on Galletti. The 2-2 pitch is fouled away, and it stays at 2-2.
Yep. He got the fastball that time, and Vinny a little bit late.
Diamonds looking to get something going here. They're down 4-1. They scored a run last inning. They left runners on base. But before that, they were very quiet. The pitch to Galletti is low for ball 3, and it's a full count now. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. It's 4-1 Vallejo. Wind blowing softly from right to left. Tim Holmes, the second pitcher of the night for Vallejo. Malik Jones got his first start ever as an Admiral and did a wonderful job giving up 1 run in 5 innings. Here's the pitch to Galletti, fouled away.
You got to say, he's staying in the rotation after the effort he gave tonight.
Yeah.
And right
that
now
means we might, well, let's see, it's Wednesday. I'm trying to figure out the rotation. We probably won't see him this weekend in Vallejo then, but the Diamonds play Vallejo tomorrow night and then 3 more times in Vallejo over the weekend. The pitch to Galletti fouled away again, and it stays at 3-2.
You know, the rotation stays the way it is, and they're getting that five days rest. He probably wouldn't pitch again until next Tuesday.
Battle in there, Vinny.
Tomorrow, the Diamonds will have Dennis Neal out here pitching for them. Tyler Steyerwalt tonight started out having serious problems, gave up 4 runs in 3 innings, and then has shut them down since. There are people throwing in the Diamonds bullpen. This pitch to Galletti is hit high, and it is into short center field. Pugh there? No, it's Clark over from the left field area to make the catch.
Well, Vinny able to work that count full. Figure he's going to see something pretty good to hit in that situation, especially with the Admirals ahead by 3, and he just does get underneath it, and it's just a lazy fly ball to left.
Wes Wallace steps in here now with 2 down and nobody on. And the Diamonds' bats have just fallen silent here again. They had a couple innings where they made some noise, but 2 outs and no one on here right now.
Isn't that the way it goes? Last night, they scored 14, just 1 so far tonight.
Pitched high to Wallace, and it's 1-0. That is, if you could just distribute some of those runs around. Although they got 14, and it looks pretty much like they needed all 14 of those. Wallace hits this one high and to center field. Pugh goes back first, now comes in, keeps running in, now stops, and Clark comes over again to make the catch right in front of him. So Clark not letting Pugh catch anything. And the Admirals don't care as long as someone catches it. We're done with 6 innings here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium, and the news is not good if you're a Diamonds fan, but there are 3 innings left. Vallejo 4, Pittsburgh 1. I couldn't get it done. I couldn't get the Diamonds back. I tried my hardest, but I couldn't get it done. What? I couldn't get the Diamonds back. Oh, you get someone run? I'm live online, so I was calling play-by-play.
Oh, you know why? Because it was about to finish when I'm sorry.
She starts that line. I never promised you. I expect her to say a rose garden, but I can't say. Kim said. Angel Laura is warming up for the Diamonds.
Now batting, second baseman, number
Steyerwalt's up for
27.
Tyler Steyerwalt is out here for inning number 7. He's going to keep going. He's done a superb job the last 3 innings. Also doing a superb job, Tony Schultz here to take us home.
Thank you very much, Scott. And the first pitch here, another brushback. And it kind of seems like Steyerwalt's starting everybody on that same way. Here's Rohrbaugh here to lead off the top of the 7th inning, a 4-1 lead here for Vallejo. And the 1-0 pitch, and that's swinging a ground ball, and Steyerwalt knocks it down, picks it up, throws him out. Boy, a nice pick by Vinny Galletti. That was a routine play that turned out not to be so routine.
That was
But
a lot
Scott,
more exciting than it needed to be.
I did want to say one thing. I know you're fairly new to sports broadcasting, but one thing you need to do
Is
put your microphone in your mouth.
Yes,
you got to do that.
I should remember that. Sometimes the microphone is. I put it up when I take a drink, and then I forget to put it down. So my life is difficult. Angel Laura throwing in the Diamonds bullpen, but he did not come in. Obviously, Steyerwalt still on the mound,
Still out there.
and a good play there. Almost not a good play, but Galletti came through.
And the pitch, and he's going to bunt this one, and that one is going to be caught in the air off the bat of Chevy Clark. So 2 up and 2 down very quickly here as we begin the top of the 7th inning.
That ball went into foul territory, and Wagner made the catch. So you're right. That's boom. First pitch hitting Admirals.
Yeah. Rohrbaugh out 1-3 as he bounced back to the pitcher. Chevy Clark tried to bunt for a hit. He pops to the third baseman. And here is that man again, David Kiriakos. Struck out his last time, but doubling a run scored in the first, RBI, base hit, and a stolen base in the second. Pitch to Kiriakos, and he whacks this one into left field in the 5-hole between short and third. And that ball was absolutely laced.
He hit all of that ball with all of the fat part of the bat in a straight line into left field right at Bautista. Threw the ball back in. He is 3 for 4 tonight after a 4 for 5 night last night.
Wow.
His batting average is going through the roof. It's just here in Pittsburgh.
7 hits in the last ball game and a half for Kiriakos. Takes a pretty good lead over there with Galletti holding him on. Here's Tillman Pugh now. Struck out his last 2 times at bat. Steyerwalt trying to keep this at a 3-run lead and nearly overthrows Vinny Galletti on the throw over to first, trying to keep Kiriakos close.
So it was interesting. Kiriakos took a lead. It was a big lead. And then he shortened it considerably, where he is now, a very short lead. And now he goes out, big lead.
That pitch is in there, a strike.
And but he made it a lot shorter. It was like a step from the bag when Steyerwalt threw that ball over there. But previous to that, he was out well past the little cutout. So I don't know what someone told him to get closer or what. But
well, you'd have to figure this is a steal situation here for the Admirals. Up by 3 runs, playing with house money right now. That ball is low, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
Admirals have had 2 runners, one runner cut down at first base, Pugh with his lead, and then Sean Payne was thrown out trying to steal third after he had successfully stolen second.
But I think the risk-reward factor plays into their favor here.
Oh, absolutely. This is definitely, why not? If you got somebody who can run it all.
Breaking ball stays outside, the count 2-1. That was a pretty good spin on that one, but it did kind of start a little bit to the outside. And Tillman Pugh was recognizing that one all the way, and the count 2 balls and a strike to Tillman. 4-1 in favor of the Admirals. And the pitch, that one hops up there, gets away momentarily, but Heiberger out there quickly to recover, so Kiriakos cannot move up. So Steyerwalt struggled a bit tonight, gave up 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 more in the third, although that one probably should have been cut down. But ever since, he has righted the ship, and Aaron Miles is stuck with his right-hander, and he's still in the ball game. 4-1, and here's a pitch. That one's wrapped into right field. That's a base hit for Pugh. Calderon up with it quickly, and Kiriakos will stop at second base. So a couple of base hits here in the inning by Kiriakos and Pugh. Both of them hit very hard. Kiriakos to left, Pugh to right. And that'll bring up Mike Blank, who's got himself a couple of base hits and an RBI. Also struck out back in the second.
The Diamonds, the last 3 games against the Admirals, scored 9 runs, and 14 runs. So giving up 4 runs should not be a problem. The game they lost to the Admirals in the first of that series, they gave up 5 runs. They scored 4 runs, but they gave up 5. So, if this had been any of those games, Steyerwalt would be no worse than a tie.
Here's Mike Blank, 2 on, 2 out, swings and fouls this one back to the screen, and the count 0-1. 9 hits now for the Admirals, 5 for the Diamonds. And the Diamond bullpen, Angel Lara looks like he's ready to go. Just tossing that ball up and down to himself right now.
This is Steyerwalt. If there's a hit here, Steyerwalt's last batter, I think. But they're trying to give him a chance to get out of this inning with 2 outs.
Tyler ready. Strike 1 pitch. Breaking ball in there on the inside corner, strike 2. And that's looked like one Mike Blank just gave up on, figuring that was going to be inside. And it
I don't
was
think
not.
it's a pitch you want to swing at anyway. If you have a chance not to swing at that pitch, that's a good idea.
Probably would have hit off the handle of his bat. 0-2 to Mike Blank. Now Steyerwalt one pitch away from getting out of this jam after he had gotten the first two batters out. 2-strike pitch, and that's way up high for a ball. That's those situations where I don't mind seeing a pitcher elevate those pitches or even going out of the strike zone, but want to try to keep it a little closer, see if you can't get the hitter to chase.
But if you're going to miss, don't miss by throwing it into strike zone.
No. Malik Jones made that mistake to Garcia. Swinging a ground ball off the plate. Steyerwalt off the mound to get it over to first in time for the out. So the Admirals get a pair of base hits, but they do not score. And we have played now 6.5 innings as we go to the home half of the 7th inning. And the Diamonds trail at 4-1. 7th inning stretch time for Pittsburgh.
Disco version.
All right, bottom of the 7th we go. Diamonds trailing at 4-1. It's getting late. Offense has got to start making some noise. Tyler Steyerwalt did not have a particularly good start to the game, but he has pitched well since the 4th, throwing up a handful of zeros up there and giving the Diamonds offense a chance to come back. They have chipped away with 1. And here's Calderon, who doubled his last time, but a base running mistake had him thrown out at second base. First pitch is curveball that doesn't, and the count 1 ball with no strikes.
And boy, was that costly because, just starting off that inning with that double would have been a big thing. Oh,
boy, smashes this one into left center. That's going to be a base hit. Misplayed out there by the center fielder, Tillman Pugh, and Calderon's going to get into second base, and the crowd immediately starts yelling, "Stay there."
It was a mystery last time. Why did he go? Why did he think he was going to go to third base? Because it wasn't like it was really even a close, chance for him to do that. But he stayed at second base this time, and now we'll see what the Diamonds can do with that.
So I would say that is a base hit and an error on Tillman Pugh, allowing J.Q. to get to second base. Because if Pugh handles that ball like he should have, I think there's no way that J.Q. would have made second base. But he's there now with nobody out. And here is Bautista. He had a base hit his last time. The pitch to Gerald swung on. That ball's hit hard to center field. Pugh going back, turns around the wrong way. J.Q.'s going to tag up, and he will make it to third. So that was an awkward-looking play out there by Tillman Pugh.
I didn't think for a second he could possibly catch that ball. He went over he turned to his left, and then he decided I better go the other way, turned to his right, and he made the catch. And Calderon was smart enough to tag up and take third. Which is not really a big base in this situation, but they were happy to have someone at third, 1 out.
Yeah. Well, it's a productive out anyway, but the way Tillman Pugh went back on a very hard-hit ball, he turned the wrong way, and I thought momentarily that ball was going to get over his head.
Right.
But he's able to haul it in for the out, and here's Wagner, Holmes' pitch, another curveball that doesn't. Now, Tim threw a couple of curveballs in that 1-2-3 6th inning. that looked excellent. He's thrown a couple here in this inning that have just, well, the curveballs that don't is what he's throwing up there right now.
Roman Gomez is throwing in the Admirals bullpen.
There's a much better one right there, but it's outside.
Yeah, I went to curve too much.
2 balls and no strikes. Really comes way over the top, does Tim Holmes with that curveball. He's retired 4 of the 5 batters he's faced since coming out of the bullpen, and the pitch swing and a miss. That was a good fastball riding in on J.J. Wagner, and the count 2 balls and a strike.
Wagner can get Calderon home with a fly ball, but the Diamonds are hoping and need more than that.
That they do, but still only the 7th inning. One's a whole lot better than none. Here's a 2-1 pitch swing and a foul up and over the screen and out of play, and the count goes 2-2. So J.J. Wagner's job is very clear. At the very least, you got to get this run home from third with less than 2 outs, and the Diamonds would love him to do it with a base hit. Chad Heiberger waits on deck, and then it's back to the top of the order for Jose Garcia. Swing and a miss at the 2-2 pitch, and Holmes gets himself a strikeout, and that is out number 2 and a huge strikeout in that situation.
Yeah, he gets himself a strikeout when he needed it the most, so the Diamonds don't have the option of worrying about a sacrifice fly. They need to have hits right now, maybe an error by the Admirals, but that's what it's going to take to get a run home. Heiberger steps in here, and he walked last time, ended up stranded at third.
So here's Chad. Diamonds need to make some 2-out noise here. Here's that breaking ball that he catches the outside corner for a strike. Kind of a delayed call from Ricardo Rodriguez.
Garcia has a very strong attention towards third base. As now Calderon's there, and he gets that ball. He looks right at him. Says, "You're not going anywhere, or I'm going to throw down here and get you." Whatever he's thinking, he looks at that third base runner every time.
Last one a bit low, and they count 1 ball and 1 strike. J.Q. at third. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside corner. Strike 2. So Tim Holmes' curveball hasn't been real sharp in this inning, but the fastballs look pretty good. And he's 1 strike away from stranding J.Q. at third base. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Tim Holmes, a nice job out of the Admiral bullpen. 2 innings, no runs, and we are through 7 now here from Pittsburgh. Still Admirals 4, Diamonds 1.
How did Blank finish that last inning?
14. Hey, who's 14?
Lara.
Blank, where am I? Blank.
Kiriakos got a base hit. Pugh got a base hit. They got Blank out. How did you get him out?
I have 1-3.
Oh, that's right. Styler lost play, right? Okay. There we go. So Angel Lara in the ball game now. So Steyer a wall. 4 runs, 9 hits, 7 innings. You know, for a guy who didn't really have it tonight, Steyer won't turn in a pretty good game anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta hand it to him, because he could have got really blown up.
All right, top of the 8th inning. The Admirals leading it 4-1. The new pitcher for the Diamonds is Angel Lara, the left-hander, coming out of the pen. And for Angel, 2 wins, 2 losses. The ERA at 5.68, 10 games. He's got a couple of starts under his belt. 19 innings, 20 strikeouts, 15 walks, and 25 hits. for the Diamond left-hander, picking up for Tyler Steyerwalt, and the first pitch. And this one is to Sean Payne, who fouls it off. It'll be Payne, Fernacci, and Vlad Gomez. And all in all, partner, Tyler Steyerwalt, 7 innings, 4 runs, 9 hits. And after the way it started, that's a pretty good-looking line.
That is, and he kept the lid on those rallies by the Admirals. They left several runners on base in those times, and it's one of those situations where, as we talked at the top of the show, top of the game, the Diamonds, when your pitchers need some help, the offense needs to come through. That's what the Diamonds did last night for Mike Gunn. But tonight they have not come through for Steyerwalt. 1 run is just not what you anticipate from this Diamonds lineup.
No, especially the way things have gone against the Admirals in this head-to-head matchup. Payne takes up high for a ball. The count, 2 balls and 1 strike. So Angel Lara now has got to do his Tim Holmes impression. Holmes, pair of scoreless innings, picking up for Malik Jones. Good start for Malik in his starting debut in 2017. Excuse me, swing foul ball. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sean Payne. Payne a walk in the first, doubled leading off the third. Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, then was caught stealing in the 5th. Gets his 4th at bat, and officially 1 for 2. 2-2 pitch, swing, and that ball's hammered to left field, but actually this is not going to travel very far. In comes the left fielder Bautista to make the play, and that was another one where the swing and the sound fooled me. I thought that was going to be much further back, and that one turns into an incredibly routine play to left field.
Yeah, Bautista makes the easy catch, and 1 down here. Laura gets that first out. That's important in any inning, and maybe even more important when you first come into a game, settle into the situation.
Looking ahead to the 8th, the Diamonds may have their best chance at a comeback in that 8th inning. Garcia, the leadoff hitter, will lead it off for Pittsburgh. And let's take care of the business at hand. Chris Fernacci takes a strike. And so far for Chris, he popped out to second, grounded out to short, and then fouled out to the catcher. That was back in the 6th. He's 0 for 3. Strike 1 pitch. Just as miss off the outside part of the plate, and the count 1-1.
Angel Lara came in a couple of games last half of the season as a starter when the Diamonds were down some starters, and he got a chance to start those games and did a fine job. Now he's back in the relief mode and starting off well here.
The 1-1 pitch, and that's low for a ball. And Angel, he started a couple of games, obviously appeared in relief quite a bit. The ERA quite high for him right now, but plenty of time in this season, and he'll certainly get his opportunities to get that down. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch, swing, and this one popped up on the infield. Jose Garcia drifting into very short left field on the grass, makes the catch for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down, and that'll bring up Vlad Gomez, the man out of Brooklyn.
That was a very high pop-up, and we talked about how that can be a problem sometimes in these stadiums where the lights are lower than they are in a Major League Baseball stadium. So the pop-up will go through this light and then disappear into the darkness, and the fielder has to see it then re-enter the, the atmosphere, and it hits the lights, and that was a problem in Sonoma over the weekend. But that time Garcia did not have a problem and made the catch.
Here's Vlad Gomez, takes his first pitch inside for a ball. 0 for 3 for Vlad, but he does have an RBI on the fielder's choice, and he was caught stealing, struck out his last time up. 1 ball, no strikes to Vlad, and the pitch. Swinging a cue shot right side and foul on the count 1-1. Let us pause briefly for station identification. You are watching Diamonds baseball right here on BayAreaSports.tv and listening to the Diamonds on Mixler.com. Anthony Schultz along with Scott McDonald from Winter Chevrolet in Stadium in Pittsburgh. Diamonds trail it by 3. The next pitch to Gomez is low for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Vlad. Whenever I hear Vlad, I always think of Dracula. Or Prince Vlad.
I think of Guerrero.
Vladimir Guerrero. Wow. Here's the pitch to Gomez, and this one bounced off the plate and to the left side and foul. And the count goes to 2-2
Some of the Diamond staff in the background of that shot, we almost got moving the table around, almost got a chance to ID them, but
2 2 outs, base is empty. And the pitch swung on it, missed strike 3. Ball gets away. Heiberger picks it up, fires down to first to complete the strikeout, and the inning is over. It's a 1-2-3 frame for Angel Lara. And as we go now to the bottom of the 8th inning, it's still the Admirals 4, Diamonds 1.
Why bother, Scott? We know what happened.
Well,
They won. They can't go 37 and 39 and 0, can they? Okay, so what do we do? Flag. Struck out. Garcia will lead off the ninth. Jose leading off the eighth.
sounded like they were cheering, singing, let's go, Vallejo.
Graham. Oh, that's just getting so old. Does kind of sound like that.
Why are we playing Let's Go Vallejo? Let's go, Vallejo. Ooh. Diamonds.
All right, here we go. Top of the 8th inning, Jose Garcia, Odemar Valdez, and B.J. Gwynn to face the new pitcher for the Admirals, Roman Gomez out of Alice, Texas. No record for Roman, 385 earned run average, just 2 games so far, 2 1/3 innings pitched with 3 strikeouts and a couple of walks. Last year he was 4-4 with the Admirals, 17 games, 15 starts. 93 2/3 innings a year ago, and this pitch is up high for a ball. So Gomez comes in relief of Tim Holmes, who went 2 scoreless innings for the Admirals. Got into a little bit of a jam, but able to pitch around that. And it's still 4-1 as we get to the 8th. The pitch to Garcia, and that one is low. 2 balls and no strikes to Jose.
Gomez, a new arrival. It'll be interesting to see how he does here. Because 2 innings pitched is not much to go on.
And from Alice, Texas. And the pitch is up high for a ball, but they're going to appeal the check swing. No swing, says the field umpire, Ron Adams. And the count 3-0 here to Garcia. And for Gomez, spent a couple of years as a pitcher and a pitcher coach in the Rainier League. Did that last year, the 3-0 pitch. And that is low, ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk to Jose Garcia. So a nice way for the Diamonds to start the 8th inning. And here comes Odemar Valdez.
And isn't that just what the comeback doctor ordered?
So the Diamonds get the leadoff hitter on. The Admirals battery wants to talk it over here. And here comes Valdez. And the Diamonds starting out with a leadoff hitter. If there's an inning where you're going to get back into things here, this might be the inning to do it. Got Valdez here. B.J. Gwynn waits on deck, and barring a double play, we'd see Vinny Galletti here in this 8th inning. Gomez from the stretch and the pitch, and that one is low. Davey Garcia, a nice play to collect that one before it gets away.
He was very nimble, leaped out of his crouch to move over so he could get that ball, which was low. So he's got to leap up, move over, and get down to get that ball. He did a good job.
Fornacci creeping in a little bit there at third base. He's on the edge of the infield grass. Blank holding the runner on at first over on the other corner. Here's the pitch, and that is on the inside corner, a strike, and the count 1-1. So Gomez, after throwing the first 5, missing the strike zone, finds the mark here, and the count evens at a ball and a strike.
He was going to give him a chance to throw another ball, but he didn't take it. So now with a 1-1 count, I think Valdez will be on it.
Admirals, middle infield, looking for the double play. Squares to bunt, bunts it foul, and he's in the hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that is not a sacrifice bunt look to me. That is a bunt for a base hit right there.
Yeah, he's trying to get himself on base, and he's been effective that way. He's done it a number of times, so no reason not to think about then, especially when the other team has thought about the bunt. They say, well, we're not going to sacrifice in this situation, so then they're not thinking about it at all. Then you surprise them by bunting.
Won't surprise Fornacci. He's playing him for the bunt. This one hops up there again and doesn't get away as Davey Garcia is able to collect that into his chest protector, and the count 2-2.
I don't know what's going on with Valdez. He took a long time. He bent over to get out of that way of the ball, and he stayed there for a long time. Like he had some kind of injury to his right shin. Obviously the ball didn't touch him.
Left-handed batter standing close to home plate. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner, swinging a ground ball right side, bobbled, collected, and Blank will make the put out, 3 unassisted to retire Valdez. And on the play, Garcia takes second base.
That's a situation where that ball hit that with Garcia there and Blank holding him on. He was in right position to have that ball. Now, if he is not in there and he is in a regular first baseman position, that might have been a lot more trouble and might have been on into down the right field line. But that's just the way the game goes. And now Garcia at second, 1 out.
Odemar Valdez hit the ball even harder in the 5th when he was put out by Blank, 3 unassisted. Here's the pitch, and that one is low to B.J. Gwynn for a ball. And that actually was the 3rd out of that inning that Valdez made, and that was an inning where the Diamonds did score their only run and were threatening to get more as the Admiral battery gets together one more time.
Yeah, Garcia clearly is trying to make sure that they are on the same page. Gomez is new to the Admirals. He has pitched 2 innings, so he might not be the most familiar person with whatever signals they're giving, but as Garcia apparently is sure that he's not familiar with them. He's out there trying to make a difference.
1-0 pitch, big swing and a miss at the fastball, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. That was Malik Jones in his starting debut. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 3 strikeouts. Tim Holmes, a nice job out of the bullpen. 2 innings, no runs. And now they give way to Roman Gomez. Here's the pitch, and that's a breaking ball, goes way inside. 2 balls and a strike. And B.J. Gwynn in that situation where he's just trying to get on any way he can and give Vinny Galletti a shot with a couple of runners on base, in which case Vinny would represent the potential tying run. Two balls and a strike, and the pitch is popped foul left side. That'll get out of play, and the count 2-2. So BJ obviously in a situation where he wants to drive in the run, but
well, they need base runners anyway to get them, and they need some. What they have lacked really is the excitement of a rally, the hit after the walk, and all of a sudden it's all happening, and it just hasn't gelled in that way tonight for the Diamonds, and that's one way that you end up with 1 run on the scoreboard. But they've got a situation here where they can get things started. Runner at second.
The Jay Coog play where he led off the inning with the double and then was thrown out when he was looked to stretch it into a triple, decided he couldn't make it. That's looming like a very big play in the ball game right now.
Calderon just swinging a hot bat, too. Home run last night, 2 doubles tonight.
2-2 pitches, low for a ball, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Or at least he reached second twice. He may have had a single and an error, but
yeah.
He's got swinging a hot bat. There's no ways about it.
And everything coming off his bat lately is loud. I mean, he's not, flaring base hits into lefts. Payoff pitch due to B.J. Gwynn now. Big spot in the ball game. And the 3-2 pitch swung on. That's a base hit up the middle. Here comes Garcia around third. He will score without a throw as the throw goes back into second base. And the Diamonds have cut the lead to 4-2. And here comes Vinny Galletti.
Beautiful line drive right back up the middle by B.J. Gwynn. And here comes Phillips. And that will be, I don't know if that will be it for Roman Gomez, but we're going to find out soon enough. Phillips looks at the home plate umpire, looks at the field umpire, hasn't called anything yet.
And he is going to take the ball from Roman Gomez. So that's it for Roman. The Diamonds able to get to him for a run as B.J. Gwynn drives in Jose Garcia to make it 4-2. We've got a pitching change here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium in Pittsburgh. We'll take time out and be back to the ball game right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, come on out to the ball game on August 5th, and we're going to get food. We're going to help the Dutch Costa Food Bank that night. So come on out and check out how Pittsburgh Diamonds support the Contra Costa Food Bank.
I might be able to make that's great. I might be able to make that happen. Oh, really?
All right, here comes Vinny Galletti now checking in. Demetrius Banks is the new pitcher, the left-hander for the Admirals. And he comes in with a record of 0-2, an ERA at 4.29 in 13 games. 1 start for him. 35 2/3 innings pitched, 52 strikeouts in that time. That is a monster number, but 22 walks and 34 hits. And the ERA just a hair below 4.30. And last year for Demetrius, got into 15 games as a starter and an ERA of 4.53. So a guy you would think with a pretty deep repertoire after getting that many starts last year. Here's the pitch, and that is way inside for a ball. Vinny dancing out of the way, and the count 1 ball and no strikes from Demetrius Banks. Last year, or 2 years ago in 2015, 89 1/3 innings pitched for Demetrius. So, this ball's hit well, pretty deep to left field, but it's not going to go very far. Backing up and making the catch on the edge of the warning track is Chevy Clark for out number 2.
He almost misjudged that one. He had stopped, and then he decided, I got to go back further, and he made the catch. So that was an exciting moment, but not the moment the Diamonds need. And now there are 2 outs, a runner on, and it's at first base.
So here's what
Banks came in and pitched last night, and he did such a good job. He impressed the pitching coach and got the pitching coach to put him back in tonight. Because the pitching coach is Banks.
Not a whole lot of convincing needed. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul back by Wes Wallace, rather. And he's in the hole, no balls and 1 strike.
He's having a conversation. It took him forever to get up and start pitching. He's talking to everybody, talking to the umps on both sides both sides. First he knelt down and prayed. Then he gave people the Hawaiian love sign.
The 0-1 pitch is swung on and popped up right field. Here comes Gomez. He's there, drifts back now and makes the catch. And I thought for a moment he overran the play. But that'll do it. So Roman Gomez gets 1 out. Demetrius Banks picks up for him. He gets 2. The Diamonds actually get a run and close the gap to 4-2. As we go now to the 9th inning, it's the Admirals 4 and the Diamonds 2.
Good starting pitching, and they're getting good relief pitching too.
All right, to the top of the 9th we go. It'll be Davey Garcia, Quentin Rohrbaugh, and then back to the top of the order for Chevy Clark. So the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to face Angel Lara, who pitched a good 8th inning for the Diamonds, getting the Admirals 1, 2, 3. Steyerwalt, 7 innings, 4 runs, 9 hits. An inning of scoreless relief for Lara, so good pitching all around here tonight. First pitch to Davey is inside for a ball.
Diamonds inching closer, 4-2. So you get one guy on, all of a sudden you got the time
Sure
run at
do.
the plate. There's all kinds of potential in the bottom of the 9th.
The 1-0 pitch, and that is on the outside corner, a strike. And looking ahead to the Diamonds' 9th, they'll start it out with Calderon, Bautista, and J.J. Wagner. 1-1 pitch, swing, and this one is slashed over toward the right side. Vinny Galletti giving chase, can't make the catch in foul territory, and the count 1-2 to Davey Garcia. Base hit and a run scored for Davey, leading off the 2nd, bounced out to 3rd in the 3rd, and flew out to right in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. Diamonds picked up a run in that last inning to cut it to 4-2. So the plot thickens here from Winters Chevrolet Stadium. Swinging a ground ball. Lara's got it. Snow cones in his glove. Trots over toward first. Flips to Vinny for the out. And that's the first out here in the ninth. And up comes Quentin Rohrbaugh.
He took his time on that. He got the comebacker, nailed it with his glove, and then started to jog towards first base. And I wondered, when is he going to throw the ball? And then finally, about 4 steps from the bag, he underhanded it to Galletti, but old Garcia was making his way down that first base line. Anyway.
Kind of wonder why he was running so close to first base right there. Here's the pitch to Rohrbaugh, and that is in there for a strike. So Quentin last night in his professional debut, coming right out of college, picked up a base hit in 5 trips. Tonight, he's got a walk in 3 trips, officially 0 for 2. The next pitch, well, that misses for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. So he's reached base both times, but officially now 1 for 7 his first couple of ball games. 1-1 pitch to him is swung on and popped up left side. Garcia going back into short left field ahead of Bautista, and he takes it for out number 2. So a nice start to the inning here for Angel Lara as he gets Davey Garcia to bounce back to him. He was out 1-3, and now Rohrbaugh, the easy pop to shortstop, and back to the top of the order now for Chevy Clark.
So Lara doing his job so far, and that is keep the Diamonds within 2 runs. They can see the Admirals from there. That's what they would like to face in the bottom of the ninth, because that's the best they've been since inning number 3.
Here's Chevy, swings and pops this one straight up. It's going to be another 1-2-3 inning, I believe. Is it? No, it's not. The ball is going to be dropped. Lara came in. He was way too far in. Then the third baseman, Wagner, came over. He couldn't make the catch. And Chevy Clark's going to reach on a pop fly error, and that's going to have to be charged to J.J. Wagner.
Yeah, that was a tough call. Wagner calling off Lara at the last second, really, saying he could make the catch. And it was not a problem with them being on top of each other, because Lara had misjudged where the ball was going to come down.
Right.
Wagner was closer to it, but he couldn't make the catch.
And oh no, that allows Kiriakos to bat.
Oh.
This pitch on the outside corner for a strike, and this guy, oh Lord.
I have seen a few people as hot as he is right now against Diamonds.
Red hot does not describe it, partner. It's white hot right now for Kiriakos. 1 pitch to him, and that is low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. So it would be an awful shame right now if the Diamonds were to yield runs here after it looked like they were going to get out of this in a 1-2-3 inning and get to the ninth down by 2. Still have the chance to do that. There's a good look at Kiriakos.
Yeah. He's got 3 hits tonight, 4 hits last night.
There's the 1-1 pitch, and that is on the outside corner for a strike. I got to say, we saw him a lot last year with the Diamonds, and this is a completely different David Kiriakos that I'm seeing right now.
Chevy Clark faked going last time, but we'll see what he does this time.
There goes Clark. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul, and he'll have to come back. That ball a little bit outside, and Kiriakos had to reach out for that one on the hit and run, and he's down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So again, I think the Admirals feeling they're ahead by 2 here this late in the game, playing with house money. Figure if they get thrown out, no big problem. Trying to add on here to make things even tougher for the Diamonds. There's a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
And Kiriakos has struck out here to end the inning. So Angel Lara, nice job out of the bullpen for him. He's pitched a couple of scoreless frames, but the Diamonds still trail it as we go to the bottom of the ninth. It's the Admirals 4 and the Diamonds 2.
Why not? What won't they remake? though, unfortunately. Few good men. Few good men. Sammy Gervasio.
Sammy Gervasio.
Well, at least we get to see Sammy.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to see this comeback.
He played in the big league, so you knew everyone. No, he's just having a good time. That's all.
To the bottom of the ninth we go. The new pitcher into the ball game now for the Admirals is Sammy Gervasio, 32 years old, 6 foot, 175 pounds, a 1-3 record. The ERA is pretty high at 5.17, 21 games, all in relief. 7 saves, 24 and a third innings pitched, but 36 strikeouts and just 8 walks in that time. And you got to ask yourself, how did the ERA get over 5?
And he's facing the hottest bat on the Diamonds right now, Calderon, who's up here, led off the last 2 innings. He was up at the plate and doubled both times. Got to second both times.
First pitch is high to J.Q. Ball 1. Calderon, Bautista, J.J. Wagner. The Diamonds need 2 to tie and 3 to win. Calderon waits. There's Sammy, hat askew, and the fastball in there for a strike as he slingshot delivery gets it up there, and he evens the count at 1-1. Gerald Bautista waits on deck. Gervasio with the orange coming out of his, on the back of his hair, and this one is a check swing, and they're going to appeal to first base, and Rod Adams says strike 2. Calderon doesn't like it. The fans don't like it. The Admirals like it.
He takes a walk away from that home plate just to make sure he doesn't say the wrong thing, but he was upset, and I think he had a good reason to be upset.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Gervasio also some orange in that beard. A wild-looking wind-up, too, and this one is fouled off. The count remains at 1-2.
Dominican against Dominican.
It's been Malik Jones, Tim Holmes, Roman Gomez, Demetrius Banks, and now it's Sammy Gervasio trying to pick up his 8th save of the season. And the Diamonds trying to thwart those efforts. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swinging. That ball is going to charge into way deep, but way foul into right field. Home run distance, but that was foul by quite a bit. The count remains at 1-2.
I hate to say it, but that reminds me of that first series against the Stompers. Same situation. He did the same thing. A deep home run foul.
There's Sammy.
Yeah, no, Calderon.
Had hair coming out of the back of his cap there when colored orange. Swing and a miss. He took something off, strikes him out. And then Gervasio doing the shimmy right there, and that probably could annoy a hitter who's just been K'd.
Yes, that would be very annoying.
So I like all the antics. That last one, though, probably we could leave that one alone.
That's unnecessary, and that is showing up the batter.
That is.
In pregame warmups, I was over by Dennis Neal, and a tennis ball came out of nowhere, and Dennis Neal threw it at Gervasio, and he laughed.
Calderon out number 1. The pitch to Bautista, swing and a miss.
And he hit him. Now he's threatening to throw the ball at the Diamonds dugout. They must have said something.
Well, Sammy did that shimmy as if he was working a hula hoop right there, for those of you who remember what a hula hoop is. But I could understand why the Diamonds would be upset with that one. The 0-1 pitch, and that one's way outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Garvasio, the former major leaguer, spent a couple of seasons with the Houston Astros. I'm trying to get the Admirals to a win here. The 1-1 pitch to Bautista. Swings, he pops this one up way into the night sky, left side. Shortstop going over there. Can he make the catch? Did he make the catch? No signal yet. Now we have it. The catch is made by Kiriakos. That was a very difficult play in short left field, and I thought momentarily that the home plate umpire, Ricardo Rodriguez, was going to say that he dropped the ball.
Well, maybe someone else would have dropped the ball. Let's watch this replay. Kiriakos out there, he is the diamond killer, and he's the only one to make that play, but fall completely backwards. Had to completely outstretch backward to make that play. It's like doing a back dive off the high board, and he makes the catch.
So the bad news here, the Diamonds down to their last out. Bad news from San Rafael, the Stompers were winning. Here's the pitch, and that one is in there for a strike. So the Diamonds' jeopardy of falling even further behind the Stompers, who look like they're running their record to 8-0. And boy, Scott, already this early in the second half, they look like they're ready to run away from and hide from the rest of the Pacific Association.
If all that holds up.
Ooh, ground ball hard to third. It's going to be off of the glove of Fornacci. That ball was hit so hard, I'd almost want to call that one a base hit, but Fornacci probably should have had it.
They're giving it a base hit.
So that one will be a base hit. That ball's hit so hard that Fornacci went over there, looked like he had a play, and it just ate him up.
Old walk-off Wagner just went.
So here comes.
As hard as you could, and here comes Marty Carrena.
Marta Carrena, he's going to bat for Heiberger here. And Marta Carrena getting loose, and he now represents the potential tying run.
And he has the power to tie it up.
So J.J. Wagner able to keep it going. After Calderon struck out, Bautista popped to the shortstop, Kiriakos. And how big does that play by Kiriakos look now?
Oh, boy.
That was not an easy play in short left field and a pop-up from Bautista that went sky high. So Wagner gets a base hit off the third baseman, Fornacci. And Heiberger is lifted for a pinch hitter. And here's Marta Carrena now. And let's see what he can do against Gervasio. First pitch to Marty, way outside for a ball. And should Marty reach, Jose Garcia would get another chance. So Heiberger's night is done. A walk and a couple of strikeouts for Chad.
Good job at the plate.
But he played good defense. And he gives away to Marta Carrena. Javier waits the 1-0 pitch, and that is low and outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. And I can guarantee if the Diamonds get some heroics here, there's going to be a whole lot of guys in black shirts doing that shimmy. They're going to have a hula hoop contest over there on that right side. 2 balls, no strikes. Wagner away from first, being held on by Blank. Even though he does not represent the tying run. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Good fastball. That time by Gervasio, and the count now 2-1.
Debating whether you give him the green light on 2-0, but I think you send someone up there to hit, and here's a chance to get a ball to hit. But I don't know if he had the green light or not. He took strike 1.
You certainly would like to get aboard and give Garcia a chance. A lot of room down that left field line for Marta Carrena. 2-1 pitch. Here it is. Swinging a foul back, and the Diamonds down to their last strike.
Marty Carrena's had a chance, though, to get used to Gervasio's odd warm-up. He winds up, and then he takes the ball, and he just scoots it down the back side of his body, hiding it from the batter the entire way until it reaches down to his knee, and then he picks it up from there and throws it. So it's a very odd...
Everything is with this guy. Nothing is typical with Sammy Gervasio. from his hair color to his windup to the way he wears his hat. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three, and the ball game is over. Gervasio able to strike out the pinch hitter, Marta Carrera, to end the potential threat. The Diamonds lose it 4-2, and the Admirals have evened this three-game series at 1 apiece. They'll get it together tomorrow for the conclusion of this three-game set. 6:30 first pitch, and unfortunately, partner, it was a well-pitched game all the way around. Tyler Steyerwalt did not have the start to the game that he would have liked. Eventually, however, pitched pretty well.
Came around and went full 7 innings. I mean, he really pitched a good game, a game he deserved to win, and he has been the tough luck pitcher for the Diamonds all year long, and he's lost again. But and the Diamonds, losing one game only seems like such a big deal because Sonoma keeps winning. I mean, it's just they split the first 2 games of this series. They've got a chance to win the series tomorrow night, and that's what you want to do. Keep winning the series. The Stompers have got to come back down to earth.
At some point, you figure they've got to hit the skid somewhere. Malik Jones making his starting debut. A 5 innings pitch, 5 hits, a run, and 3 Ks. He looked really good, and looks right now that he is just one of their starters.
And he deserves that win tonight because he pitched a really good ball game, and good for him. The Diamonds just were not themselves at the plate, and they don't. They're just not a one-run ball team against anybody who pitches in this league, and they tonight did not have it, and they'll pack it up, come back tomorrow.
That's just the way it goes. 14 runs last night for Pittsburgh, just 2 here tonight. Completely shut down. Malik Jones, Tim Holmes, Roman Gomez, Demetrius Banks, and our old buddy Sammy Gervasio getting it done for the Admirals as they've evened the series at 1 apiece. That's all for us here with Diamonds Baseball. For Scott McDonald's, I'm Anthony Schultz saying good night from Winter Chevrolet Stadium.